Welcome back to
Hi. What an entrance.
We are watching this really niche indie film that neither of us had ever heard of before.
Well, it's getting a lot of
It got like medium praise.
Really? Because judging by the stars on this movie, I would say otherwise.
Yeah. And it's based off a graphic novel of a character that we just are being really introduced to right now, Batman. We don't know what that character is, though.
Why are you doing this every time we start a video now when it comes to superheroes? You go, we're watching this niche indie, yada, yada, yada. That joke's going to get old really quick.
Not as old as you.
Let's start the film.
What? He's an elder, if you didn't know. He's verging on 26.
Yep.
His 20s are over.
Not yet.
He hasn't really figured out what to do with his life either.
What is... we're going to hit play.
Hey, these are my remotes, and this is therapy session with Jacob. I got you down here for no reason.
Hit play.
No, what are we watching?
We're watching Batman The Long Halloween Part 1. And before anyone asks, if you look at the title of the film, of what we're watching, we are not doing these back to back. We would, but we don't have the time.
Also, it's $20, and I'm not buying it.
Whereas this we could rent.
Yes.
Because Batman The Long Halloween Part 2 is freshly out. It came out last week.
Yep, last Tuesday.
So we probably have
next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday we can rent it.
Probably.
So possibly next Tuesday we might be doing the next part.
Unless we hate this. Which, we're going to hope that we don't, but there could be a chance that we do.
Listen, there's going to be a lot of DC commentaries coming up, just to let you know.
Yeah, we're going to be doing this one, and then the next one, wink, wink, might be a movie that is coming out, wink, wink, very wink, wink soon.
We're seeing Suicide Squad on Thursday, and there's a really good chance we'll probably do the commentary the following day.
Thursday. The following week is what he meant, not the following day. Definitely not watching the movie the next day. I'm not pulling a Black Widow and watching it every single day that weekend. No,
not with this one.
That's a lot of commitment. I did it with In the Heights. I did it with Black Widow.
You bought In the Heights.
I did. In the Heights.
That's a commentary.
No, I fall asleep to it now. We're past that point.
Let's start Batman.
If we wanted to do that, you should have asked me when I was watching it like in the early numbers. Now I'm up to like 20 something, and like it's just, yeah. This follows basically based on a critically acclaimed graphic novel, Batman Lieutenant Gordon. Oh, those are two different people. Okay, and DA, because I've read comics where they're the same, and that's just I don't like it. So I was like, what did you make me sit down and watch? Harvey Dent race against the calendar as it advances toward the next ill-fated holiday.
I have a fun fact about this film. The man who plays Polka Dot Man in the Suicide Squad,
Calendar, right?
He plays Calendar Man in this movie.
Jason Ackles, Josh Jamel, Naya Rivera's final performance, which is really sad. I'm sure it'll make us cry. Troy Baker. Oh, okay, what's his play?
Did you not know Troy Baker's doing the voice of Joker in this movie? Jacob, he is people call him the heir apparent to Mark Hamill when it comes to Joker toys.
All right, we are hitting play. I'll let you guys know when we actually get started.
It's starting now.
It just, okay, we're going.
There we go.
It's happening. It says Warner Brother Animation on the screen. We are doing it. Yes, is this low for you too? Do I have the wrong headphone in? Oh no, I just was taking.
Wow.
It looks like a painting.
That's really pretty.
There's buildings in the background. There looks like there's a bridge. Okay, now their car is moving. Am I going to commentate the whole movie?
No. I just really took my breath away. That was a really good first shot.
Ooh, that looks like it might be a Batman.
Jacob.
Ooh, crossword. Oh, satisfying. Is that a penguin?
Just watch the movie.
It's a Bruce. What's he? What's it? It's a commentary. You talked her all Black Widow. I'll talk through this whole movie. Also, I genuinely don't know the story, so I'm going to commentate this whole thing. Ooh, there's guns. Oh my god, people are getting shot. No confirmed deaths, though. That? Oh. Oh. Okay. It kind of looks like we're snorting cocaine along the way. Oh, Josh, that's a good role for him. It's obviously a good role for her.
I really think the male is going to excel at this.
Now, as a comic book reader, is this a part of the comic book? The light lining? What's the significance here? Explain it to me.
I can't.
Alrighty, well there you go.
They'll give things away, and I don't want to.
The light line has so many spoilers in it, we had no idea. It's not just a bottle of cocaine waiting to be snorted. I was like, damn, Batman, you got some cast on you.
Oh, he looks great. And if I am correct, this is our first DC animated movie commentary, if I'm not right. If I'm right.
Yeah, I would say that's a broad statement to make. By broad, I mean correct. I don't think we've done one. We've done a few DC ones.
But never animated.
Actually, our longest commentary on the channel is a DC film.
Yeah. I don't think anything's going to break that record.
You never know.
What's going to come out to be longer than that?
Maybe one day we're going to want to sit down and watch the entirety of Loki in one sitting. That would break that record.
You know?
I, of course, didn't like Loki enough to do that, but it was just an example.
Oh man, this has such Batman the Animated Series vibes. I love it.
That's me after a long Monday. Did he just get shot with a condom? Did it? That wasn't like a stupid question. It was a genuine question.
I know.
Okay. Sure.
And that's the tone for the film.
Sure.
Are you intrigued?
Sure. That's it. That's all the answers I have for you.
Wait, no, that's not true. This is our second animated DC movie. Batman vs. TMNT?
We didn't commentate that.
Oh, never mind. No, this is our first.
I just talked to the whole thing screaming murder.
That might happen again here tonight. We don't know.
I was very shook by the condom. If a condom really does conceal a bullet that way, then maybe possibly people need to start investing in some. Doesn't the city always fall though? I feel like that's like Batman's number one line. I got it.
That's so good.
Do you know who Bruce Wayne should dress up like Halloween for?
Batman.
Robin.
Oh, yeah. Aw. Baby Barbara.
Great. Another Gordon for us to remember. The DC.
Oh, shush.
That felt very real to me. I don't think you were joking. Did you get a joking vibe? I didn't get a joking.
Oh.
Damn.
Yeah, so that's the other thing people need to remember about this story is that when you look at Gordon, he's got the red hair still. He's not white. This is in Batman's second year of being a detective. So this is his first real big story since he became Batman.
That man right there looks like a murderer. Pretty sure it's Harvey Dent. Which, you know, would agree.
Yep.
With the murderer. He does do the murdering. Not yet, at least. But he will. It will happen. He will murder. Ooh. Oh, we can't watch this movie. There's drugs and cigarettes. I'm sorry. I cannot stand for drugs and cigarettes. Damn. How many cigarettes is in that pack? I love how I'm talking. He's just sitting.
You know when a movie's good, it just instantly gets you.
I'm gonna instantly.
We'll talk when big things happen. Right now,
I'm just gonna talk to the whole thing. So. That's not relationship problems. I don't know what it is.
I love that you can see the bold black lines around everybody. It feels like a comic book page. Oh.
But
Eh.
Guess not. Not a condom.
I was waiting for that to happen. I knew it was a baby bottle nipple. It's funnier when you said it.
It looks like a condom, not a baby bottle nipple. I want to Google the baby bottle nipple works as a silencer. Genuinely cute. I'm not. Yes. The answer to this question is yes. That's interesting knowledge to know now.
Ooh, there she is.
So the movie about murder is a comedy.
It's really fun so far.
I hate it when he does that. You think it's a game? Who can leave the room the fastest?
It's got to be a joke at this point between everybody. If you guys are recognizing anything like similar to something, Christopher Nolan based a lot of the character arcs in his trilogy around character arcs from the story. So how Gordon and Harvey and Batman all work together to take down the Falcone family. That's the subplot in Dark Knight. That a lot came from this movie, from this book.
Also, the new Batman movie is supposed to draw
A
a
lot
lot of
from
inspiration from this.
Which is something different that Reeves is doing from this story, is that the Riddler does not play an impactful role in The Long Halloween. He switched that role for his version, which I think is a good choice. Because when you think of a good detective story, the Riddler really adds to it, and I will not say who it is, but the main antagonist of this series of films acts like that a lot too. This is one of the best written stories ever.
Oh. Okay, that's the second one dead. We have two.
You don't fuck with the Godfather. And see, this is where the comic books, I think, have always done Falcone better than any iteration of the movies have, because Falcone's terrifying in the books. He's a joke in most movie adaptations that we've seen.
What's Falcone in it, except for Gotham?
He is the main focus of both Batman Begins and The Dark Knight. He's the crime family that killed Salvatore Maroni, They wanted to put Falcone away. He's the one that Batman juts out of the car and says, "I'm Batman. Batman Begins." That's Falcone. I know.
I know you know. I'm just curious too. Wait a calm down, even.
Ooh, Jake.
Guess I'll find out in a second. Ooh, very pretty.
They improved her suit so much more. It looks so much better than it does in the book.
Cat and mouse. Actually, I like the book.
The costume in the book is
striking.
It's dark purple. She's got longer ears, and she's also got the tail, which obviously they took off of the costume for this.
Yeah, I find it to be very striking.
Oh, every shot in this movie looks like a painting. He's still young. She sounds great. Yeah, that's awesome.
I like the blue lightning.
Oh. Anything you can do, I can do better.
Jesus!
That's so fucking cool. Tim Burton took a lot of Batman and Catwoman's relationship from this book for Returns. Worried? Then she's okay.
Oh, he's alive. She's like, my man's alive. It's fine. She has a lot of airtime. That's holy shit. That's a lot of money. Holy shit! Burn it.
Dark Knight. Eccles sounds so good.
Ooh. Holy shit. Stupid Harvey Dent. The chemistry between those two people is crazy. We are back, Mark.
What's up, buddy? Way to go, Jake.
No one else saw that but you. You didn't have to call you out like that.
Too bad.
This is our second movie commentary actually being back. We watched Black Widow for our first one. We were originally going to watch Birds of Prey, but I just was not feeling it. Zachary chose The Long Halloween. That was a nice cut. That was good. Part 1. We're only watching the first part tonight. It's a very DC week.
I'm completely fine with it.
Which is weird.
When DC works, man, DC sometimes can excel more than Marvel. When it works. Sorry, you got it.
How to be aggressive. Doritos? Are you talking about the lights? Yeah, they're it's a string light, not Doritos. And we are both wearing black, weirdly enough. He's actually wearing back and Winter Soldier, and this looks like black on camera, but it's actually blue. Shit for now. We had not either. This is a first reaction to it. Oh my god. What the fuck? I look away for 1 second and people are dying.
Said it once and I'll say it again. Don't fuck with The Godfather.
We see it on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Is when we see the Suicide Squad. We see it the first showing. It's also going to be on HBO Max at the same time.
Oh, look at that car. That looks a lot like the Batman car, doesn't it?
Kind of, yeah.
How you feeling about Suicide Squad, Mark? You ready for it?
Aww. Oh, so it's Thanksgiving now?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I only say that because of turkey and stuff like that. Animation is quite nice.
It's gorgeous.
Which is good because it's been a little wonky here lately.
Yeah. And I have to say, I'm loving it simply because of the bold black lines around all around the people, around the area. It makes it feel like a comic book brought to life. And the best part about this movie, it's not connected to any DC animated extended universe stuff. It's its own thing, which is where I think DC animation really stands on its own. Yes, he's also a little more violent.
You know how I feel about Batman being murderer. Okay. Is that a samurai sword? What the hell is going on? Is that another samurai? What the fuck is... Okay. This is a little bit different.
The other thing I need to mention going into part 2, this one's rated PG-13. Part 2 is rated R. Oh!
Hi, kitty. Come on. That looks like it hurts. Does Batman have a taser? Aww. You know who stay together? Couples that fight together. Oh, gee, cat. Yes, Hoka? Gonna say that's how I pronounce that name. This is a cat. As we talk about Catwoman.
Okay, so in the comic book, it tells you like when the month changes or anything. You have to listen for cues from the characters in the movie. That's from when I read.
No, I thought it was a Doug. Go say hi to Zach. Okay, so there's a lot of different villains in this movie. Gotcha. Kind of looks like the off-brand in Frankenstein.
You ever heard of Solomon Grundy?
I know who he is. Still reminded me of the off-brand Frankenstein.
Monday. That's his catchphrase. Born on a Monday.
That sucked to be born on Monday.
That's when he was reborn. It's when the man who was Solomon Grundy died, and then Grundy was born on a Monday.
I wonder why part 2 is rated R.
Second half of the book's depending on where this ends.
Oh, that's a good question. What's your favorite movie, Zach?
Like of all time?
Yep. Oh, I put you on the spot. Just like when you think of favorite movie, what's the first movie that comes to your mind?
I don't know.
When I said, "What's your favorite movie?" before you asked of all time, what was the movie that came to your head?
Favorite movie?
Just
Dark Knight.
okay.
Dark Knight always comes to mind when I don't ever hear those two words. So I could literally put that movie on at any time. More so, honestly, than the Avengers, and that's really weird for me to say. I could watch Dark Knight more times over than the Avengers.
Yeah, I always go with Friends with Benefits. It's a trash film, and I know it, but
It puts a smile on your face.
every time I ever hear favorite movie, that's where my brain automatically goes. And I think it's always better to go with the first one because that's your gut response. That
Dark
means it's
Knight's
your real
always-
response.
Dark Knight's always my gut response. I adore that movie.
I mean, I have a lot of other movies that are a lot more not as trash that I enjoy. Like, for instance, my favorite movie this year, probably In the Heights.
Nights.
That's all, girl. No judgment, that's yours, Mark. I totally agree. Tall Girl was overrated.
2021. First half of the year. I'd probably go.
Those are boobs.
Trying to think. Justice League.
Just like
Still,
I think it's a fair answer. For you.
I don't know why, but DC just it's been really hitting me this year at a really good pace, and Zack Snyder just
Well, haven't we only gotten two?
Huh?
2 DC films, Justice League and now Suicide Squad? Well, I mean, I'm talking about, like,
then yeah, it'd be Justice League, and then
Suicide Squad. Because Wonder Woman came out at the end of last year.
DC's just been killing it so far when it comes to content for me this year.
And this one's been pretty good.
This has been really good.
What about you guys? Mark, what's your actual answer?
Now, for me, I know some people who don't like this movie because it's too slow. Because it's not when you think of a DC animated movie, you think of like a really constant pace, a lot of action. That's why I love this movie, and so I'm loving this movie. And then I love the Dark Knight Returns animated movie because it gives your characters time to breathe, and you're not just doing action after action after action. You're letting these characters breathe. So the story is more intimate when you watch it. That's why Dark Knight Returns to me is one of the best animated Batman movies of all time. I love that movie.
We went and saw Army of the Dead 2 weeks before it came out on Netflix.
That was an experience and a half.
And then we had all intentions of watching it as a movie commentary, but then Zachary had surgery. Mm-hmm. So the week of, I think it came up. It was the week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like the same day it came out.
21st was May 20th was my surgery, so the day after was when it came on Netflix.
Yeah. So
all intents and purposes to do it, because you and I both, because me and him.
I've only seen it the once.
I've seen it 3 times now. I love Army of the Dead. I'm so excited for Army of Thieves.
See, I like Hallmark Christmas movies, but I like Hallmark Christmas movies during Hallmark Christmas time. None of them would ever be like a favorite of all time, though.
I wanted to ask you, have you been noticing the marks on Falcone's face? Let me go back to look at him.
It's a wide shot, so maybe we should wait.
Wait till we get a close-up of him again.
See marks on his face.
Not him, other guy.
Yeah.
The 3 scars. Those will come up in part 2.
I know. What did you think, Mark, of Army of the Dead? Because it's Zack Snyder. I know it's one of your favorites.
He killed it with that movie. As one of the most rewatchable movies of 2021 so far for me.
There is a good chance we might actually do a commentary to it at some point. Maybe when the
Army of Thieves is getting closer to coming out.
Yeah, the prequel is getting closer to coming out.
I'm really excited about that.
It's looking like it's a movie. I thought it was a TV show.
No, it's a show.
Everything I keep seeing for it's a movie.
It's a series. That's why I don't like watching Netflix advertisements. They can't advertise their own
I'm not talking
projects.
about Netflix. I'm talking about like everywhere else. I mean, anybody was like reporting on it.
What does it say, Jake?
What'd it say?
Bottom one.
Oh, shame on you.
Oh. Why?
The Hallmark Christmas stuff we were talking about. Oh, Zach. I'm supposed to wait and see when it comes out.
And I think the animated thing for Army of the Dead comes out next year, if I'm not mistaken.
I got no clue. I just know that there were talks of a sequel.
Mm-hmm. I hope so. I don't know what they're going to do with the sequel.
They said that perfectly. With that no end extra credit because Netflix doesn't believe in that.
Now, is this the part with the Injustice thing, or is it part 2 with the Injustice thing?
Part 2, but it wouldn't be on here. It's a bonus feature for the Blu-ray.
I don't know why it hasn't come out yet publicly.
The Blu-ray's not out yet. I don't know if iTunes has the extras or not.
So no, that's why you were originally excited to get it.
Yeah, to buy it.
To do it for that.
But again, the voice cast just did not impress me at all.
Oh, for Injustice?
Yeah. Yeah, I thought the trailer looked phenomenal for the prequel. for Army of Thieves.
Oh,
that was really well cut.
Oh my gosh, they cut that to that song like to a, and and Natalie Emmanuel looks so good in that. And it's also that was your favorite character in Army of the Dead, right?
Yeah, he was one of mine. Yeah.
Oh. Here we go.
That's so funny. They such look like freaking condoms. Aw, that's so sweet of him.
I love how this comic treated Solomon Grundy, because whenever you think of Solomon Grundy, you think of like this bombastic, crazy, undead creature. But he's actually a kind person. He just gets treated like crap. Here we go. I hope this is not where they ended. Oh, this might be where they ended.
No, we still have like 30 minutes.
Really? Okay, so now we're in December. Okay,
Yeah.
good. I thought they were going to really pull that, but they didn't. So
yes, the Zack Snyder inspired Star Wars film. Yeah, it's gonna be really interesting. I'm very curious to see.
I'm curious to see how far Netflix is able to go with it and not get hit with Disney.
But I mean, as long as it's not Star Wars,
Ooh.
they can't explain copyright.
Here we go.
Yeah, the extras are on the iTunes version. So I'm surprised it hasn't leaked either. So if I look. Day.
Oh, the splotching sounds crazy, counter man. Also, keep an eye on Batman's look. as this progresses, he gets more in tune with it. It's really cool how they do it. In the book, how they did it anyway.
Ew. Okay. Lovely.
So have you not heard Baker do this? Oh. Oh, Baker, you killed it.
Santa Clown. I'm sorry. Yeah, I was like, oh, come on, the gun's gonna be out of bullets.
Oh, I love how lanky he is. Oh. There's a genuine smile on my face hearing that voice. Oh, that made me so happy. He killed it. Yeah, Killer Moth. That's a reference. Whenever you think of referencing Batman villains, you don't think Killer Moth. That's quite funny, actually. Damn straight. I love that so much. Oh, man. I love it so much. Oh.
Oh God. Oh.
Yeah.
I felt me there.
He's waiting for the elevator.
Of course he's waiting for the elevator.
Missed me. Oh! That's a hand cannon. Oh, Troy Baker, we don't deserve you.
Yeah, that was like one of the best.
Oh,
Yeah, that was a
that was incredible.
very good portrayal. Like I think I would come back and I would rewatch the
That's
Joker
such
scene.
a great scene.
Ooh. Murder.
And as you see, we see the gun Joker was using with the nipple on it, so they're making us think it's the Joker.
Could be the Joker.
Could be.
But now I know it's not the Joker.
Couldn't be.
No, you don't have to.
Christmas.
Second, like, change the subject to do something. Please.
Okay.
What?
It's going to end there. That was a great cliffhanger. Wow.
I'm gonna have to get up.
Huh?
I'm gonna have to get up.
Why?
Plug in my laptop. What?
I do this every time.
I didn't want to plug it in. If you leave it charging all the time, it's gonna ruin the battery. So I don't want to put it in me.
I can do it.
I can pause the movie.
Okay.
We're pausing the movie, taking a short little. Be right back. Be right back. Be Jack Quaid.
He plays Alberto Falcone.
Interesting. He's in a lot of things here lately.
Yeah, this cast is ridiculous. There we go.
No. Okay.
And I think the theme in our backlights work really well for this movie, being a holiday film and all.
Well, I mean, some people it looks like Doritos.
That was really funny. Why do you have shimmering Doritos?
So, you know. The baby in. We are on a ship now.
Yep.
We just need to travel on a train and a plane. You get a mediocre laugh. I know, I kill me. I literally saw myself. He said the line, and I was like, no.
Waiting there patiently for the elevator. Ha!
I forgot something. Yeah, I'm going to take away this film being like, damn, it's a great Joker.
If you want to hear more of them, look up the introduction scene from Arkham Origins. It is beautiful.
Yeah, see, I knew he played him in the
He
video
played in
game.
Arkham Origins, yeah. He played in Arkham Origins, and he played him in Telltale's Batman. Mark Hamill has given him his approval to do it.
I personally feel like, you know, he wants to do it. He doesn't need Mark Hamill's approval.
Well, when you hear Troy Baker's Joker, it sounds like a younger version of Hamill's, and so that's why they work so well. And I have to say, Eccles sounds like a young Conroy. I'm really liking his Batman a lot. Hey, we're getting our mob thing in today too. It's not mafia, but we're getting the mob in today.
Yeah, we really gotta just bite the bullet and just continue on or declare it's dead.
It's either or.
Dang. She's so good. Is announcing that.
Is announcing that. See, that's a joke Joker would say. Is Dominic Toretto going to show up?
Possibly in a car. I'm here to avenge Batman. What are you gonna do? I'm gonna run them over. What a dick. Fucking says he's about family. Yeah, I hope you're murdering everybody. If you are murdering everybody, oh my god, it'd be great. Murder your family, he deserves it. Kill your father.
It's so well done because in the Batman mythos in year one, originally, the Waynes and the Falcone were working together to control Gotham, and Bruce didn't know what they were doing and how shady it was getting. And so
what else was that a part of?
Telltale's the Batman. That was the main story point. And it was also a little point in Nolan's stuff.
I'm assuming this is New Year's.
Yeah. And
when you gotta think about that, when he's making calendar dates, he's like, you know what, I'm gonna kill people on holidays.
Mm-hmm.
He probably didn't think there's only 4 days, 6 days difference between Christmas.
He's really got to on the tip of his toes.
Also, like, do you kill people on Hanukkah? Do you kill people on Christmas Eve? Like, where is the limit here? Where do you draw your line? Are we
at least they get a break in January. At least they get a break in January.
New Year's Day is January 1st. So are we killing people on January? Oh, great. I'm both excited and I feel bad for Gotham. Poor Gotham. Like, he couldn't go.
Idea how the plot is saying. Oh, man. As I have no idea how to fly.
You know her nipples are cool. So are his. Well.
Uh-oh.
But here's the thing, okay? I'm just gonna put this out there. You dress up like a cat, he dresses up like a bat, and it can be a weird sex thing, but then you guys can.
Eh.
It's a very strong chin line. Well, there's a crazy man on a plane who cannot fly. Like, he really cannot fly. Stupid safety. Could you imagine being like, I'm going to dress up like a bat and then going around and doing this? And also, they're on a plane. They just need to be on a train. I'm predicting this whole movie.
Did you get that? Corn kernel. Number 2. Whenever you go number 2, you always see a corn kernel.
Oh, wow. Okay. Not me guessing everything in the corner. Yes. Did I say that out loud?
Yeah.
I mean, one could probably count that as a kiss. It's a nice visual.
Mm-hmm. So is that.
He has such a pointed chin.
It's comics accurate.
No, I know.
Gordon's like, great. How do we get him down from that? You could have hung him just a little bit lower. That's
Yeah, Quaid. Yeah. Jesus! But who shot him? Oh. Guess he's not finishing his crossword.
You're so confused right now, huh?
His face looks so familiar. I don't save the people. They get shot, they get shot. I know what boat they're on.
New Year's Day.
That, my friend, is the end. No Valentine's Day for us this time around. Oh, but they're together. They can have such a cute date and come home and someone's dead. How fun. Someone who has the exact same hairline and head to face as all the men in this movie. That's it. Which I guess, good for them. That means he has a nice chiseled jaw. Really? Wow, damn. Okay. Once I get invested, the movie's over. That's how shit always works, isn't it? Well, let's watch the trailer for part 2. I should have just... There was a simple way to do this.
Which was what, Jake?
Well, one would expect for it to just be down here, but one would be wrong, so never mind.
We'll look for it.
Simpler options? No one knows them. Let me just type in good old Batman. That shit doesn't work, then I guess never mind. Who needs a trailer? Not me. Batman. Ooh, Boss Baby. Maybe. Maybe it's our Boss Baby.
Maybe. I'm gonna go with a solid no.
Okay. Nope. No. It does. Gray does not look like so. What about Barbie?
Jake.
What about Batman? All right, part 2. It's 88 minutes. It's a total of 1999. No, thank you. Witness the dangerous clash of crime and chaos that has Batman racing the clock to uncover the mystery of the holiday killer. I came in here thinking it was Calendar Man. I walk out thinking nothing. Just to put that out there. Now we're watching the trailer, by the way, for part 2. Again? Jesus.
It's important.
I have so many questions. Not worth $20, but I still have them.
Well, man, I forget who. That's who's playing Poison Ivy. All right. Now, of the two of us, I have read the book. I know how this is going to end. This is why I wanted to watch this with him, because he is what this needs to be. He thought it was one thing, and now he's just sitting here pondering.
I'm not pondering. I'm just here.
Well, Jacob, what did you think of Batman The Long Halloween Part 1?
I thought it was moderate. Like a 3 out of 5. Or like maybe B+ or so. It definitely is in spades better than almost any other animated Batman film I've seen in the past like 6 years. So it's got that going for it.
Favorite character?
Joker.
Joker?
Yeah.
You really like him?
Yeah, Joker. Yeah.
All because of that one scene?
Oh my gosh. It was just one thing after another.
It was so beautifully done. And the comic is so cool.
So yeah, I think personally it was fine. I'm very excited. I'm very intrigued. I think it does have the hindrance of it not being
complete.
Well, not being as good as it could have been, personally.
Mm-hmm.
And also being slow. I think both those things could make someone not watch part 2 with the assumption that it's going to be once again
the same kind of feeling.
Well,
I brought
whereas
that up.
part 2 looks like it's going to be much more
going.
Because I think even for an hour and 26-minute movie, I still kind of felt like I sat here for about 2 hours.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like it was like there are certain things you sit here and you're like, oh my gosh, that's 30 minutes, but it felt like 6 hours.
Yeah.
And it was like so much content, and you're just like, oh, can you just give me more? This one felt like it was taking too long.
For me, this is without a doubt, this surpasses The Dark Knight Returns for a part 1. Now, for me, part 1 of Dark Knight Returns is so much stronger than part 2. So I'm curious to see how part 2 will hold up and continue on with the story. And I brought this up when we were watching the movie. People I've talked to have turned this off because it is too slow. It takes its time. But what I love about this movie and what I love about these two-parters when it comes to these DC animated films is that they let their character breathe. This past year before this was The Death and Return of the Superman. Everyone loves that two-parter because it lets that story breathe and you're able to like see everybody. And with this story in particular, if this was just a one and done movie, this wouldn't have been good. I completely
agree. And I'm only gonna I say that because these are an hour and 20-something minutes long.
Mm-hmm.
There isn't enough time to tell the whole thing, like in a nice way.
Yeah.
It would be like we're jumping from one holiday every 10 minutes or something.
And it would have been really jumbled. You would get really confused.
And obviously the first half of a comic book, and this is a graphic novel at that, so it's a longer, it's a series. It's a longer format. The first 3 or 4 versions that you're going to go through the first half is going to be much slower to develop the story.
You're getting the build up to the crescendo that we get with part 2.
Whereas it would make part 2 to be the action pack that people wanted to begin with, because you had the big third act.
Yeah.
And ultimately the big third act will be, this action packed thing racing against the clock of
who's the holiday killer, are they going to get him? And
it makes sense. I'm just saying from a personal view standpoint, it makes the movie very hard for rewatchability.
I agree. This would definitely be the case of I would have to watch part 1 and part 2 back to back. You can't. Whenever you think of a 2-parter movie, like you can either watch one of them and be fine, and not have to watch part 2 if you don't want to, or you have to watch them both back to back in order for the story to make sense and the pacing feel better. And if this is how we're going to continue on moving into part 2, like if we start slower at the beginning of part 2, then we get to the end where it gets faster, then the pacing of this film, I think, if you watch them both together, will be a lot better. Which is why, if you are waiting patiently to watch this movie, and if you watch this with us, if you know someone who's waiting to watch, I'm telling you, they did this with both Death Return and they did with Dark Knight Returns. Wait till they put these 2 movies together, because then you will get the full experience of what this movie is going to be.
Well, I say we should probably watch the second part before we make, because maybe it's different, and maybe it's a completely different vibe and a completely different feeling.
It ends on a perfect cliffhanger, though, because it really has you.
Well, I was like, I can only guess the twist. And I have a few ideas. I have a few theories and speculations. I'm not going to say them. Why? Because you have a face of a Joker. If I'm correct, I'll know.
It's one of the best twists in any Batman movie or in Batman books. When you find out who the Holiday Killer is, it takes you completely off. Because for the longest time, when you first read the book, you think it's Alberto the entire time because of how they're connecting it, the crossword puzzle. You really have to pay attention to things that happen in the movie, because it kind of gives you that motif of, like, we know what's going to happen. And the reason the Rogues Gallery works the best in this version of Batman to me is because whenever you think of a Batman film with a bunch of Rogues Gallery villains in it, it's congealed, it's everywhere, no one really gets enough time to shine. And what Long Halloween does masterfully in the book, I hope it translates to part 2, because now we're getting into the Mad Hatter, Scarecrow, Poison Ivy, Catwoman, Solomon Grundy, Joker. Now we're getting everybody. Everybody's on the table. And from what I've read and heard, they're able to mesh everybody really well, and everybody gets their own time to shine. So I'm curious to see how well that's going to act. Because in the second half of Long Halloween, I love the book. The villains get really short-sighted in the graphic novel. Like, you get like 2 pages with Poison Ivy, 2 pages with Mad Hatter. And so I'm hoping that since they put, which is new in the part 2, in the new one, Scarecrow and Mad Hatter don't work together at all in the book. So they're putting people together, which I think is smart. You looked at Poison Ivy in a good way. She stands out in the book. She has a really good arc with Catwoman.
We'll wait. We'll wait.
I loved it. I love this. We're different when this. I love a slow burn. I love when a mystery, it really gets you. Like,
well, I have a feeling I'd probably rate it a lot higher if the movie. And I think even if the movie was like 2 hours, 10 minutes or something like that, for like the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like if they didn't break it up into 2 parts and they just released. But that's not how animated films work. So like I understand. I'm not trying to say change what you got to do.
Yeah,
I get it.
Absolutely.
But for that one in particular, like I think it would have been rated a lot higher if we would have watched both parts back to back.
And then your question when I told you, why is Long Halloween Part 2 rated R? The second half of the story is a lot more mature. We deal with a lot more darker themes. It's not really about the violence part. It's what we see on screen that makes it rated R. So it's not about the violent part. It's more about the psychological part. Well,
it's just really interesting because, like from what I looked up or whatever, because I was genuinely curious. It's all Scarecrow stuff.
Yeah, it's really intense.
Is what it is. But I was really curious because not most things, especially when they're broken up into parts and things,
they won't change the rating.
The rating normally stays the same, so there's a consistency. Because one movie, for instance, rated R, even if it's not for like the violence or whatever, they can still do more things and up it up a little bit, play around a little bit more with the animated style, and it can change the tone.
Yeah,
and it can even change like the dialogue. Like, why are they cursing in this one, but where they're very vague and saying weird things over here, type of thing. And so I just was curious. That's all, because it can ruin. It can truly ruin a whole entire like.
I'm curious to see how well it'll do that. I'm really curious to see whether or not the PG-13 to R rating is going to affect the movie at all moving into part 2.
Well, with that being said, though, I'm happy we watched it.
I'm really happy we did.
When part 2 is available to be rented, we will watch part 2.
Absolutely.
We can actually kind of talk about what we have plans to do movie commentaries.
Oh, my score for this movie is an A.
Oh, sorry.
It was an A. It's an A. It's a 9. It's an A. This is one of the best animated Batman films I've seen in a long time. I agree.
Which I completely agree. But once again, I'm so not just going to rate it off. But we can't just be like, well, that's better than the last one.
No.
And I think we have to rate it, to the ability of.
And kudos to DC. They have been on a trek lately. Like Justice Society World War II did really well for them. This did really positive for them. Part 2 did really well. Injustice, to me, is the one that stands out that it could be really good or not.
From what I understand, it's different from the video game.
And the animation style is different from what we just saw. Which the animation style, I wish they would just continue to stick with this animation style.
I don't know. I like the difference. I like because there is a difference.
Anyway,
either way, we have plans to watch Green Lantern.
That's a thing.
That's a thing.
I want to watch it with it.
We have plans obviously to watch the second one of this. If we like the Suicide Squad, we're going to wait until we see it to really evaluate. Also, we have people here who are going to want to watch it, so it might just be that we see it so many times back to back.
By the time we get to the point where we want to do the commentary, we'll see it as many times. So
we also have The Last Night. We've been talking about that one for a long time now. We had The Conjuring.
Which will happen before I go home.
I want to watch it with him while he's here.
Yeah.
That's the only thing, or it wouldn't matter. A lot of these movies, I don't really care if we watch in our normal setup and our other setup.
But The Conjuring is one we've been talking about since I got here in March.
Yeah. And then, of course, in October, we will go back and we'll watch a horror movie every week.
Yep.
We'll figure out a day every week and we'll watch a horror movie. And we'll go back and forth and we'll just pick the ones we like. Halloween, I know that's on
2018 will definitely be played during October.
Yeah, so just some examples and stuff. I also don't think we're going to go back into a schedule. October is like one of those months where it's like, oh, we're going to watch Halloween films because it's October.
Yeah.
But we're going to not do a movie every week. It just ended up not really being beneficial to anybody. It was fun to do. It was a good experiment.
But I feel like, for me personally, when it came to the channel, we were overdoing the content on it. And I think if I want movie commentaries when we do them to be like a special thing.
Yeah.
And that's what was so important about when we originally started, was that was a special thing. We picked the movie we both wanted to watch and we did it.
So I have a feeling we're going to do what the original plan, which was like 2 to 3 a month.
Not like 4 or 5.
Yeah. Because like 2 being like I pick one, he picks one.
Also, our schedules have vastly changed. It's different when I was here because I didn't have to worry about work. Once I get back home, schedules will vastly change again, and we'll be able to do the 4 to 5 ones like we have been.
Yeah, like I said, 2 to 3, where each person gets to pick one.
Yeah.
And then if we have an extra one that we're like, oh, I really want to watch this, we'll do surprise ones. Because surprise ones are some of my favorites, like Spider-Man. Into the Spider-Verse was not planned at all.
We just sat down.
We're just like, it's 1 o'clock in the morning, and I feel like this would be a good commentary, which just...
Hereditary wasn't a planned one.
Hereditary was a planned
one. Was it Hereditary
planned one? Yeah, because that's during October stuff.
This wasn't a planned one. The original plan for this was Birds of Prey. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm happy you changed it. I really am. That was a good time.
Well, do all the fun YouTube stuff.
Obviously, watch out for his review for Suicide Squad. We'll probably see it within the next week and a half after the movie comes out, probably.
Yeah. I'll do a review and things. I think that was one of the ones that I decided I was going to do it on. I'm picking and choosing.
I think what I would like to do with Suicide Squad, because we're both different on how we feel about the movie, I think I'm going to do like 2 separate reviews. Like you do yours, we'll do mine, and if we do a commentary, we'll kind of share our thoughts on it together. That's my plan. So I'm really excited about that. I'm really excited about this movie.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. And then for podcasts and stuff, I think we're waiting until he goes home to start back up. I think it will be.
That's the goal.
I think that's going to be the easiest. So, like originally we had stated, like early September, somewhere around there. Maybe a little later than that. We'll keep you posted.
It's looking early September, but things can change like that.
Either way. All right, well, do all the fun YouTube stuff. I also have reactions and stuff coming out.
You got Gossip Girl coming up soon, don't you?
Yep, I don't like to announce any of that stuff just in case timeline changes or whatever. But yeah. I have a lot of other stuff also planned, and I'll talk to you guys all next time.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye, guys.